Hello, everyone. It's Sam Ridgeway and Cameron Sikes with another episode of Tales from the Crypto. I am here in Colorado. Those are the Rockies behind me, and I thought that would be a great backdrop to today's video. So, without further ado, though, Cameron, man, the market, what up?
Yeah, it's been a rough week. It's been a rough week, but hoping that Bitcoin bottomed out last night, and we'll see a good rebound off of that, and all the rest of all coins will be quick to follow.
You know, we always say it's a buying opportunity when this stuff happens. Now, but everybody doesn't have the cash to just continue to throw stuff in there, you know. So,
Yeah.
but what you do is you just sit back and wait. Like these things aren't going to go to nothing. We're not going to. Okay, it's
Yeah,
possible they go to nothing. That's definitely possible, but the
but
probability
it's
really isn't
literally
there.
not
So
now.
yeah, so just hold on to these things. Don't worry about it. Market's going to come back up, and you're going to make money in the end. I think like this month is notoriously a bad month for crypto anyway. Is that right?
Yeah, no, typically like every year, September is like the worst month, and then it's like October hits, and it's off to the races.
And the stock market got mashed too. So it's not just like it's crypto.
Yeah, there's all that stuff coming out of China with the Evergrande thing. Their biggest developer basically about to default on like $300 billion worth of debt, and they're thinking it's going to have a trickle down effect to other parts of the economy. But I think overall, I think we'll be good. I think a lot of people are going to be moving their money out of traditional markets during these times and probably put it into Bitcoin as a safe haven the same way they've done to gold. And if they do, I think that could be a really big thing for us.
Right. And in addition to that, there are countries that are actually putting Bitcoin in as the legal tender. Ecuador is the first one to start that. I think that there'll be more soon. So this is my point with all of this. The crypto thing is it's not just this fly by night sort of thing. I mean, countries are actually making this their legal tender. So it is coming regardless of whether the government wants it or not. Of course they don't. But regardless of whether they want it or not, nobody's stopping this stuff. So just hold on to your assets. They're going to go up in value, and just listen to what Cameron says and accumulate until that happens. But anyway, Cameron, I turn it over to you.
Yeah, but speaking of what you're saying though, like actually, like a lot of central banks are actually getting involved with crypto now, and there's going to be development of CBDCs, which are central bank digital currencies, and I think those will really play well for Luna because those will all be, Quant, because all those have their own private blockchains, and because Quant, his whole thing is making it for like interoperable for blockchains to be able to communicate with each other. That would be the way all these different banking systems be able to communicate with each other, and I think that spells big things for them. So, but with that said, I'll get to some of today's picks. The first one I have for you is Vector Space AI. They're currently trading around $12.70. They hit a 52-week high of $19.47 on September 16th, meaning it's down over 50% in the last 6 days. So if the market has officially bottomed like we hope it does, like I hope it is, this would probably be a good time to buy it. And they're probably one of the most intriguing coins I've ever seen, to be completely honest with you. And the magnitude of what they're doing is insane, and that they have potential to like really impact real world stuff, like helping solve some quantum physics' greatest mysteries, predicting what approved compounds could be repurposed to fight infectious diseases like COVID-19, and even predicting the relationships equity markets and global events. And like they're revenue positive, and they currently have partnerships with U.S. Navy's Space and Naval Warfare Division, CERN out in Geneva, Switzerland, S&P Global, Amazon, and Microsoft. They're basically a spinoff from Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory and the U.S. Department of Energy, and the team holds patents in the area of hidden relationship discovery. And so they've already partnered with the U.S. government, the biggest companies in the world, and it appears they have like really promising future with a lot of room for growth, and they're not even listed on any major exchanges yet, but that's definitely going to change soon. So right now you can buy or swap for it on Coinbase wallet. So what I would do is just buy it at these cheap prices right now, forget about it, come back in 6 months when it's worth 4 times its current price.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. And let me ask you one question in between before we introduce the next coin. If you were to go through any of the recommendations we've done thus far, and you had some extra capital to put into it, what would be the one coin you would recommend that people put a little bit extra money into?
I'd put more money into Quant and Luna for sure. Absolutely, okay. Quant and Luna. I think right now, like Quant, as I said earlier, they're basically doing stuff that's for the Federal Reserve and all like the major central banks in the world, and so they're all going to be running on like Quant's platform to be able to connect the blockchains. Luna is about to announce release their like Columbus 5 mainnet upgrade next week on the 30th. And that's going to basically create so many more transactions and development platforms like within their full ecosystem, and all of which are going to be like burning Luna, which is going to be reduce the supply of Luna, then increase the value of each available one. And so I think that's, within the next 7 weeks for both those, it's going to be absolutely huge.
All right. And what you got next?
All right. The next one I have for you is a really interesting one, and they're called Hedera Hash Graph. In their ticker symbol is HBAR, and you can get them on crypto.com, and they're currently trading for around 34 cents. Their 52-week high was 57 cents, and that was on September 15th. So it's been down over 40% in the last week. And so it's probably a good time to buy at the market's bottom. And what makes them really interesting is that unlike many other crypto platforms, Hedera Hashgraph isn't built on top of a conventional blockchain. Instead, it introduces a completely new type of distributed ledger technology, which is known as a hash graph. And this technology allows for it to improve upon many blockchain-based alternatives in several key areas, including speed, cost, and scalability. The Hedera Governing Council recently announced that it had allocated $10.7 billion HBAR, and that's worth $3.4 billion now at its current prices. And they're doing that to fund the development and expansion of the ecosystem by providing grants to developers, startups, and other organizations with the goal of expanding the network across products like DeFi, NFTs, CBDCs, and iGaming. Their governing council is a group of 23 members across the world, and some of the members are Google, IBM, Boeing, and the London School of Economics. And right now, they're actually the most widely used public ledger in the world. And with the establishment of the HBAR Foundation, they aim to drive exponential adoption, growth, and value. So I think it has a lot of potential, and you could buy it on sale right now at these prices on crypto.com.
All right, perfect. And I think you can also get that because I've done HBAR. So I think I do that on Binance is another one you can get HBAR on, I think. And that's a good one because I usually ride that one up and down.
No, absolutely.
So I usually buy it when it hits low, and then it usually goes up pretty quick. So I like that pick. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good trade. I think a good long-term play as well.
What other words of advice would you have for anyone in the way the market is? I mean, I feel like the last two episodes we've come back and said, oh, well, the market. I mean, we're just being honest. We got to take the good with the bad. And when the market isn't doing well, we come out and we say, it isn't doing well. But just hold on to it, and it's going to go back up. So I don't want to paint doom and gloom, but when doom and gloom needs to be painted, we're going to paint it. So we're just going to give you it is what it is.
Yeah, I think the positive side of it is that if we look back, I think 2 of the last 3 months, Bitcoin's been down. And actually throughout the entire year, there's probably been as many down months as there have been actually up months so far. And so I think there's actually much of any correction that people were anticipating. I think it's already basically been priced in the market. I'm hoping we've actually bottomed. I think Q4, we could have the really insane growth that we've really been hoping for the entire year. And so I think the party hasn't even started yet.
All right, that sounds great. I hope that happens in Q4. But anyway, Cameron, again, thank you so much for doing all the research and all the other stuff that you do, finding these coins, bringing them to us, telling us why it's a good idea to purchase this. Also, if you have extra cash around like Quant and Luna, those are the two that Cameron says put some extra dollars in if you have those. And but thanks again, Cameron. Another episode out of the way. We'll see you next Wednesday. Again, thanks a bunch, everybody. Goodbye.
Take it easy, guys.